Yo, what's up, y'all? This be Johnny and Jamo from Ship Podcast, letting you know to like and subscribe to us on any listening platforms you may be able to listen to podcasts. We are on Google, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube. Go.
All right, fellas. This is your boy Jamo, and you are listening to another episode of Jamo's Journal. Now, this is episode 2 officially. Now, I have about 5 episodes that I've recorded all together, but the first 3 episodes are what I call tryouts or whatever. Try to see, not tryouts, tryouts just to see if you're gonna make it. I already made it, motherfucker. This was one of those test runs to see how everything was and to see how everything should be. And after the 3rd episode, I decided to go ahead and put some things into play, and we played. So now we here on official episode number 2 of Jamo's Journal. It's been a while since we popped it off, but we here again. And today we're gonna talk about this vaccination. We're gonna talk about the vax, okay? Yeah, we're gonna talk about the vax. We're gonna talk about how it's into like the NFL and different sports and entertainment and just the everyday conversation now. We want to talk about Wack 100 and his bullshit antics, along with some of the stuff he's been doing with Tekashi 69. His feud with 21 Savage and other quote unquote gangsters, rappers, or whatever you want to call these dudes. We're gonna talk about a lesson for the baby. It's not like me trying to tell him what he shouldn't and should have said. It's just lessons for the baby. We'll get there. But first off, I want to start off with a little honorable mention, some appreciation for that verses between the Lox and Dipset.
Oh yeah, you know the Lox. You know the Lox, man. You know they had to do their murder scene, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a good thing to watch, and it was something I had to go back and watch because I don't really watch a lot of the verses live. I kind of want to go and see just the verses. I don't care about all the extra shit that's going on around it, but it was pretty impressive. Like after hearing about, of course, what happened, and I had to go back and listen to it. And I have a friend of mine who's a big Jada fan. Like me, I've always respected Jada, and I like his music. Like I'm not saying I had nothing against him. Of course, like Jada's a dog. Like he's that guy on the mic. But my homeboy's like a big Jada head, and he used to always just Jada verses and not verses like the verses like verses, like his verses from his rap songs and stuff. He would always sing them and tell me how cold Jada is, and we have conversations about it. So it was kind of cool to see Jada get his flowers or get his recognition at that time. And it ain't like he got it. He took his recognition. He took the flowers. The flowers were just there. He just snatched them motherfuckers because he took over the show. He showed you what hip hop was, and that's what the appreciation was. Is that's hip hop. Now we got all this new shit. We got trap rap. We got ghetto gospel. We got everything else. We done traded more genres, but what that was hip hop. That was some hip hop ass shit, man. Niggas reciting, they knowing they songs. They you know what I'm saying? They got bars. They got that energy, you know what I'm saying? And if you was around during that time and if you was listening to it and you kind of feel what was going on at that time with the streets and with everything, especially just them being in New York and you feeling that energy. Like New York is an energy spot. Like you go up and that's energy. Even that radio, motherfuckers on that bitch. That shit just a lot of energy. So they got that shit up there. And I would like to show my respect and appreciation to the Lox. And Dipset, I can kind of tell that this was more of so of a, let's just do it. I'm not saying like they got up there and lost because they didn't care. No, Dipset don't have no versus type songs. They don't have no songs that just gone, that shit too laid back. It made me think like, okay, Dipset was the first New York niggas to sound Southern. Because that shit was slow as hell. That nigga Cam on that bitch. Like I swear to God, that nigga was just so laid back.
And then you could tell like I got lemon heads. They call them lemon heads.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then what's the name was just that energy. Plus, when he started bringing the energy on some more. You serious? These niggas in New York. When he started that shit, that kind of like was parted the sea right there. It was like ain't no way these niggas can win with these laid back ass songs up here in the Mecca. We in New York. Going against the Lox, nigga, Yonkers. Yonkers a hell of a spot, boy. That's all I can say. Yonkers a hell of a spot, man. If you from Yonkers and you can't rap, I don't know. I ain't saying everybody from Yonkers can rap. Of course, I know it's a gang of people in there. I'm just saying the rappers they produce are, man.
Yeah, it's like if you rap, you better rap. Yeah, like that.
You could tell that's a hell of a spot. It's just certain spots you can listen to the rappers or the artists from that area, and you can already tell like, I don't want to go there. Yonkers, D Block, I don't want to go there. Now you got places like Baton Rouge, I don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? Like you just listen to like, damn, y'all ain't got no nigga that came out and said he had it easy. Everybody got it hard. Everybody kill it. All right, I get y'all, boy. I respect you from afar. That was that kind of energy. But I just no, not to take nothing away from it. Dipset they did okay, but they was just the wrong verses for them in that environment, you know. Then Cam, like I say, Cam was like the face of Dipset. Like all the shit was Cam. Really, all the shit was Cam, and I'm not gonna cap me personally. By the time I caught on the Dipset, I ain't never fuck with Cam like that. Like I fuck with Joel's more than Cam because I was on the Wayne shit, and Wayne was kind of who introduced me to Joel's, and Joel's was kind of on some Wayne shit, the way he was rapping, and not his rapping style, but you know, he on some, he ain't rapping about no lemons, like what the thing Johnny say, lemon heads or lemon, which he kind of did do some old gimmicky ass raps, but his shit was cold, I liked it. And Jim Jones, I really never listened to Jim Jones, but I do remember his We Fly High song more than I remember, I'm lying, I do remember a lot of Cam, but like
you don't remember Certified Gangsters?
Like what? How they go?
Certified Gangsters was Jim Jones, and pretty much Cameron was on that bitch too.
How it go? I probably never heard them.
Shit, I wouldn't even know how to recite any of them shits.
Yeah, like only thing I remember is the popular songs. Like Oh Boy, I remember the Hey Ma. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that I remember from them niggas. But like I said, I wasn't really no Dipset guy. Like I never watched Killer Season. Like I just wasn't into them nigga. Like I'm not nothing against them. It's like I say, when it was 2005, 2006 when I got on Joel's with the Games That Missing came out like 2005.
Yeah,
but he dropped a mixtape in 2006 with Wayne. Mickey Fax was the producer called I Can't Feel My Face. You know what I'm saying? And Joel's held his own against who I thought couldn't nobody hold their own against. I thought Wayne was gonna get on that bitch and watch anybody, but Joel's got on that bitch and just stood tall. And I was like, I like Joel. I didn't go back and listen to none of his music, nor did I buy any of his music after that. But it made me, when I heard him on a song, it made me respect his music because I understood, okay, he coming with some shit because he can really rap. Some niggas like I just didn't respect. You know what I mean? So shout out to Swiss Beats and Timberland, you know what I'm saying? The guys who kind of, you know, put this versus shit on and keep it going. They did a great one with that one, man. They kind of knew what they was doing when they did that one, no cap. So shout out to them boys, man. Now, one thing, next one I'm going to get on is just short lesson for the baby. And what I mean by lesson for the baby, like I said, it's not me telling what he should or shouldn't have said, because I'm not here to tell nobody how they should and shouldn't feel, or how they should and should go about how they feel about stuff. But one thing I can say is, you gotta pick and choose what the fuck you really want. Do you want to be a voice, or do you want your bag? Because that's what they're gonna make you choose. Do you want to be you can have both, but you can't be the voice. You can be a voice and have some money and have the bag, but you can't be the voice. You can't be the one that say, I'm gonna stand out here and let niggas know how I feel about some shit, and I'm gonna stand on that shit, but then be tripping over a bag. And I'm not saying he is tripping over a bag. I hadn't seen the baby trip over anything. But I'm just saying, like, if you were that type of artist who not trying to be the number one artist in the world always, you're not caring about the popularity of your friend, your fans, and everybody, the media liking you, and quote unquote young boy. Young boy make $10 million a year in music. He don't do songs with niggas for real. He don't be hanging out with niggas for real. He don't be in no festivals. How they gonna take him out the festivals? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit that he put himself in position to be who he wanna be. Now, people get on his ass and say he not playing this position because he's supposed to be like the number one rapper. Like, nigga, you supposed to chill and just hang out and do shit for the kids. Now, I do kind of think that hanging out with guns and the gangs all the time, yeah, you might want to keep them cool and make sure you don't forget them and give up on them, but that ain't no shit I just want to be around all the time. You know what I'm saying? Once I get money and got money, if that's the case, I should have just sold dope and stayed in the hood. If I'm going to take the same risk as the niggas in the hood, even though I'm making $10 million a year. But I said that to say he put himself in position to say what the fuck he want to say, act how he want to act, and make sure his family still eat. He owned a lot of his music. His publishing, he got that down. United Masters, he in there with that. You know, people who let you stream your music and get all your money back. So He able to act how he want to act. He able to tell you fuck you. He done had a domestic violence case. Like he done did everything that not everything, but he done done a few things that could have gotten him in trouble, and people would have decided to not fuck with him no more. But it didn't matter because in music, all you ever gonna have at the end of the day is your core fans. Even Drake, he might have the world, but at the end of the day, Drake he gonna have to fall back on his core. He'll fall back, but his core fans are gonna be the ones that's there for him when he's selling 100,000, 150K in a week because he ain't really just popping like he was years on down the road. That's gonna be the core fans. So I feel like Future taught me that though. Future was on the top of his game, and they asked Future what was his next venture. He said, "I'm going back underground." Usually niggas try to go up. He wanted to go back down a bit, and I understood why. Because he realized at the end of the day, all I have is my core fans. Future done did so much cancellation shit between now and then, niggas can't cancel Future. You know why? Because his core fans, his core group of fans are going to always be there. Them Codeine Crazy fans, them Dirty Sprite 2 fans, like what I meant to say, like, they going to be there, and that's all you can really depend on. So my lesson to the baby is, figure out how many core fans you got and depend on that, man. If you want to just say what you want to say, and you seem like that kind of guy, just want to live how you want to live. You ain't trying to sell your soul. You ain't trying to get these niggas what they want from you. All you gonna really have is your core fans and your shows. You fuck the festivals, fuck the platinums, fuck the features. You gonna have real niggas still gonna do features with you. You gonna have real fans still run your shit up. So if you gonna stand on some shit, come out and tell them festivals, take your name off them shits. Not the festivals, just anybody that's trying to talk down and treat you any kind of way. You remove yourself before they trying to remove you, because even Kanye West removed this nigga from a song. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye is a businessman, he do business shit, but that just show you like, nigga, you ain't got nobody. Nobody.
Damn, he was removed from the Donda album?
Nah, you know that Kanye West got a song with 2 Chainz. Nah.
Yeah.
Who didn't think he did a remix and he let the baby on it?
Okay.
And he had the remix on Spotify and shit. He just took the remix out. He left the instrumental up but took the song out.
Yeah, in this day and age of sensitivity, you gotta be careful what you say.
Yeah, unless you're gonna be willing to just stand on some shit.
And so true that.
Because he ain't looking for, he know he'll never be on the Breakfast Club with not the Breakfast Club, but he'll never be the media's favorite. He'll never be that perfect guy in people's eyes, but you have to be okay with that. You can't be one to be like number one all the time, but then you want to shit on niggas or stand up on some shit. You can't do that. We already know how this game go. This ain't no motherfucking PlayStation game where you just get in the settings and kind of configure some shit. Now the shit I already figured out for you before you even got in the game. So it's a line you have to walk. You know, it might be a wide lane because hip hop give you a wide lane to ride in, but if you hit that motherfucking median by any means necessary, you in some shit. Unless you standing on your own 10 and you're not caring about selling 500 stacks, you cool with selling, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you sell, having whatever fans you have, you ain't trying to be the biggest artist in the world, then you can literally stand on 10. I see that shit. But if you trying to be that next nigga, you can't really stand on too much shit because niggas control your shit. They'll take you off the radio. They'll take you off streaming platforms. They'll stop interviewing you. And that's going to hinder you from being number one. It might not hinder you from being a successful artist though. So my advice is just be your own man in music if you can be, especially if your goal is to get in there and spread a message and be a real nigga in the music industry. You can't be a real nigga, but you got fake niggas running you. I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, I want to get to some very important news. Nah, it's not important to be honest, but it's about this bitch ass nigga. I'm not even gonna say bitch ass nigga because I don't want to call him that. Fuck that shit. It's about this bitch ass nigga Wack 100. Well, I'm not even gonna call him that back again. I'm gonna say he be doing bitch ass shit because I don't know him personally. I can just see some of the stuff he do. So I take that back. I don't know if he a bitch ass nigga or not, but I just know he be doing some old bitch ass shit. He be saying some old bitch ass shit too. I guess he walk like a duck, quack like a duck. But he did an interview with Tekashi 6ix9ine where he requested hit up DJ Academics and told DJ Academics that he wanted to interview Tekashi. And I guess he wanted to get up there and make Tekashi look like a civilian opposed to a gangster so he could justify Tekashi snitching. And why would he do that? I have zero idea. It's still just in my head. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Why? I don't know. It's not my problem. Let him deal with it. But he got an interview Of course, Tekashi like, I'm a gangster. I was really doing shit. He like, no, you're a civilian, so you got the right to snitch. To me, that's what I got out of it. Tekashi said he snitched because the niggas was some hoe ass niggas. He was really a gangster, but he was fucking with some hoe ass niggas, so he snitched on them. What's the name? Like, no, you were a civilian. You were in the wrong place. You shouldn't even been in that situation, so you did what you had to do. So they get in a conversation with 21 Savage and some other niggas from LA and Atlanta and shit like that. They all in the group. Tekashi, Wack, DJ Academics, 21, and some other niggas, right? And then they're talking. And niggas asking Tekashi questions and shit. Why you tell? Why this and that, this and that, this and that? And the whole time, Wack 100 is trying to, well, no. Look, if none of y'all ain't never faced life in jail, then none of y'all can't say shit about what, like, the whole time he just trying to intervene and say some shit to a point where he start threatening 21 Savage. I'm gonna beat your little ass, nigga. I'm gonna beat your little ass. And he started getting mad because 21 said you a lame ass nigga for disagreeing with this nigga. He said he a rat. I don't give a fuck what he do. What he say? He say me and a rat can never disagree on anything.
Exactly.
We can never agree on anything.
He's a rat. Like.
So Wack 100 steady talking that, well, when y'all see him, y'all do something to him if he a rat. He's like, 21, you seen him in the club, you didn't run down on him. What kind of shit is that? So 21 like, nigga, I got basically like, nigga, what I look like? Crashing out for a rat ass nigga. Wack's just on some stupid shit. I feel like for one, he associate himself with people for clout because he don't have no other clout. Like, what is his clout? What is his job? He's manager for artists. He looking for more attention than managers. I never seen that shit in my life. Well, I have, I guess, but that's not really how it's supposed to go. But he get on there talking all that shit, but then some guys from California get on there. Dude, I don't remember what the dude name was, but he tell that nigga Wack, like, fuck you, nigga. He's like, I'm from Cali too. He's like, nigga, look at check my credentials, bitch. He's like, nigga, I'm for real out here. Tap in with me. So Wack, of course, get mad. I ain't gonna tap in with nobody, nigga. Fuck your mama and start all this whole weird ass shit. And I said all that to say, what kind of gang banging blood shit they got going on in Piru, California, man? I don't know Wack. I don't know his credential. I don't know his status or nothing, but I know he get to talk a lot.
I think Wack is like associated with Cash Money West Coast, huh?
He is Cash Money West. He had on the Cash Money chain.
Yeah, and the last person that I know that he's managing is Blueface.
Yeah, he got Blueface in the game. You know, he's always been the game manager. So, but it's just weird. Like I say, them niggas in Cali be wanting a nigga to take that shit so fucking serious. Like every time I go out there, or every time I talk to somebody from Cali, it's we gangland. Or niggas can't move, niggas can't do, nigga can't. But I see fuck niggas do fuck shit all the time in Rome, LA. Like that motherfucker is like that's the motherfucking candy land. I don't understand it. Like how he get to say fuck like Nip ain't no gangster. How he get to speak on Nipsey's name in a negative light after his death and still roam LA like a free man. And I know LA is politics and we got hoods and he's not from Nip hood and man, that nigga Nip Big Homie did an interview with this nigga. Like I say, it's a lot of fuck shit to go on in gang culture, man. I don't give a fuck what a nigga tell me, bro. And that shit be weird to me because I feel like certain shit shouldn't even be having to be done. And if you feel a certain way as a man, why you have to address everything? That's bitch shit. Not to address it straightforward like a man to end up, like I'm gonna talk to you or I'm gonna handle it with you. But you always want to get online and say some old gay ass shit. You looking for attention, and that's not for you. It's not for Wack. It's not even me talking to Wack. This is me talking about him because people need to know what kind of whack ass shit he be on. So then all of that shit, he started talking about Jim Jones. Of course, Jim Jones was on the wiretap putting out hits. You know, hits. That was conspiracy, Jim Jones. Why you not in jail? Why you not in jail, Jim Jones? You need to answer for that. So Jim Jones get on Clubhouse. They trying to get this nigga Wack 100 in the room with him. So Wack on the phone like
my fault. Clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk.
Yeah. So
internet gangsters.
Internet gangsters, but that's what 21 said right when he got to talking. He said, "Look, I'm gonna let y'all know off the rep. I'm not finna do no back and forth internet gangster shit with y'all." He said, I'm gonna ask you some questions. I'm not finna argue with no niggas." And that's what he kept telling Wack. But Wack was talking about, "I'm gonna beat this shit out you, little nigga. When I see you, I'm gonna put my hands on you." He just kept telling that nigga like, he said, Wack's like, "If I can come out to Atlanta or just hit me when you get to Cali, nigga." 21 just kept like, "I'm in Atlanta, nigga." He just kept saying that, "I'm in Atlanta, nigga." Every time the nigga trying to say, "Nigga, whatever you want," he's like, "I'm in Atlanta, nigga. I told you that I'm in Atlanta. I hit you when I get to LA too, but I'm in Atlanta, nigga." For one, because niggas already know 21 not gonna fight. He said that shit in his song. He said, "What? I ain't gonna one-on-one. I'm gonna shoot your bitch head." Then if you go to Atlanta, you gonna get shot legally, nigga. What the fuck? You run up on that nigga you want to, nigga. Somebody gonna bust your ass in the head and call the police, nigga. And so I just had to shoot this nigga in this shit. Respect the South, nigga. You can't come out. I don't give a fuck how gangster you is out west, how tough you is up north, nigga. And you come down south, it's a whole nother set of rules you dealing with. Nigga ain't gotta act gangster, nigga. We the sheriffs, nigga. We walking around with that shit on our hip. Like, nigga, and they be real niggas who just never got caught with shit. So they got a real gun on their hip and legally, like, police can see this shit on their hip and chunk the deuce and keep moving. So it's just a whole nother ball game. They don't play with straps up north and out west like we do. They got them, but they hide them hoes. They don't go to gun ranges like we do, popping shit. They don't be, you know what I'm saying? They ain't go to academy and buy their shit out the store. They got their shit from homeboy. So it's a whole nother ball game when you get a chance to actually learn about your gun. You can go shoot that bitch legally. You can carry it legally. You ain't gotta hide that motherfucker. That bitch ready to use right now. You know what I'm saying? Might not be cocked, but that bitch is on my lap. You know what I'm saying? You got your shit in the trunk because you scared you gonna get pulled over. That's a whole nother ball game. So it's just that mindset alone. That's what, in my opinion, got King Von killed. He thinking about, I can't go in the club without a gun, but down south we already know. They say no guns in the club. We just gotta find where we gotta put the gun at. Gotta put this bitch in a ball sack or something, nigga. That's why we have guns that's the size with seven shots. Everything don't have to have an extended clip of 16, hole 16 or a stick. Because you can't get them shits in the club. We all know the game. Come on now. How you go in the club with 10 niggas and they got one gun? But that's another story for another day. It's just Jim Jones got up there disrespecting Wack. He like, when I go to California, I fuck with Wacko, the real Wack. He's like, when I start going to Cali and fucking around, you was in jail, nigga. He say, so ain't no way you could have stamped me in California when you was in jail when I started fucking around out here. He like, matter of fact, nigga, fuck you, eat my dick, bitch, and you know how we get down in New York. He told that nigga Wack that. That shit was funny as hell though. But
classic Dipset.
Mm-hmm. And I just feel like that shit childish, man. Like, why would you want to start this type of shit? What does this have to do just because you trying to take up for a rat ass nigga? And I don't have nothing against Tekashi personally. It's like not my preference over people. Like anything else with a person, like certain people I don't have nothing against, I just don't fuck with you. I don't be around you. Just because I say I don't fuck with you don't mean that if I see you, I'm gonna say something to you. I hope you fail. I don't hope nothing bad happen to you. Just one of them people I don't think about, bro. But just so happen that if I like entertainment, you're gonna pop up because you are all through entertainment. Like, you doing some antics, you doing fuck shit all the time. It ain't never because your song is hot and niggas can't stop listening to your music. It's always because you said some shit or you did some shit that don't have nothing to do with a song. It's something to do with an artist, but nothing to do with your art. That's crazy. But basically, I don't know where that's gonna go with Wack 100, Jim Jones, 21 Savage now, because he creating a lot of enemies, and I already know how that shit go. I don't believe Wack 100 got enough money to take a gang everywhere he go. Nor do I believe the gangs in other places are looking at him like his people in LA might look at him. They might look at him as a god in LA, but I can guarantee you in the South, niggas ain't looking at Wack 100 as no motherfucking OG. They might respect him in what he did out west, but he can't call no shots or come down here and he can't talk shit out west and come out here and the niggas gonna protect him. Cause when you go back out west, them niggas gonna have to sit home and eat that shit, nigga. So I already know how the game go. He just need to chill the fuck out, be a grown ass man. Always talking about he got a daughter and a wife. I always feel like niggas who do that, who go out and do stupid shit and got kids and a wife, what's the point in mentioning them when all you doing is trying to put yourself at risk anyway? Like, if I had a daughter and a wife and I gotta go places with my kids, I'm gonna make sure my shit is as cool as can be. I ain't gonna be no pussy ass nigga. But I'm gonna make sure that I ain't out here just staring the pot because I know I like to be at the. I don't want to go ride go karts with my daughter. I want to go to Disney with my daughter. It might not even be no little girl. I want to go out to eat with my family. You know, it's just I don't want that type of pressure. Yeah, I'm a man. I'm gonna stand up wherever I go. But nigga, don't you want to be in peace? Do your daughter have to see you knock a nigga out or put a nigga down? That's the shit I'm thinking about. Not me being put down, man. Anybody gonna hinder me? I don't want my people to be around that drama. So that's just why I be so cool, me personally, on my own self. I be so cool, man. Cause I know I got people that like I might be a badass nigga, but my people don't move how I move. My mama gonna be walking in that grocery store at the same pace that she always walk. My sister gonna hit them clubs like she always do. Them kids gonna be at that bus stop like they always are. Them the niggas I'm protecting. I'm protected. You know? So that's what I be feeling when I be hearing all these gangster niggas with all these big ass families and shit talking and shit. I be like, how you talking all that shit, man? Huh. But getting on from that whack ass conversation, I was talking about this whack ass nigga. I want to talk about this vaccination a little bit, just a little bit. Now, first I want to just, shout out to me and myself and I, because I'm a real nigga, first and foremost. No, I'm playing with you. But what is the vaccination for? Now, the vaccination is, obviously to reduce the side effects, supposedly, of the COVID, should you get sick. A lot of people think that it's like to keep you from getting the COVID. That's not true. It's not true. But it's if you were to get sick, the symptoms won't be as severe. That's what they say, right? Okay, cool. Now, the vaccination is like a big topic everywhere. Like, motherfuckers talking about that shit. Like, I can't watch TV, I can't listen to radio, I can't do shit without hearing about this vaccination because everybody's either pushing it or pushing against it. So, in the NFL, we got the rules, of course, that if they have a COVID breakout and the game is canceled, the game would just be forfeited. Both teams take the L and lose paychecks for their game. And that's, of course, creating a divide in the locker rooms for the people that don't want to get vaccinated, which are very few people in the NFL because from what I understand, the vaccination rate, percentage is already over 90%. So they're doing pretty well in the NFL. But you do have some very big names or very noticeable names, shall I say, in the NFL that just decide, I'm not doing that shit. With Minnesota, you got Kirk Cousins and you got Adam Thielen. You got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore who said, I'm still looking into this shit. Which we already know, that's media talk. If you in August and you still looking into this shit, man, what the fuck are you really looking at? You ain't looking at shit. You already told yourself, yeah, I'm cool right now. And it might be for right now, because me personally, I haven't been vaccinated. But I don't, like, this is just me though. Like, I'm not that nigga. I hate the fact that I'm gonna say me first. I'm the person that hardly ever I don't never get vaccinated for shit. Now, when I go to jail, the bitches vaccinated me. They put some shit on me, like TB shots and some shit like that, whatever, But like the H1N1, flu shot, I don't get none of that shit because I'm just not big. I don't give a fuck about that shit, me personally. That's me. I live my life the way I live my life, right? But I just don't like how we in a day and age where everybody is like, if you don't get the vaccine, you're against your humanity. You're not protecting your people, and that shit funny. I can't lie. Like, it's my part, it's my show. I can say what the fuck I want to say. I don't have to sit here and lie about this shit. That shit funny as hell because I live my life the way I live my life, and I know that sounds ignorant. You might say a lot of things, and that's why I would like to have a real conversation with a real motherfucking person. Not one of these stupid motherfuckers who just went and got the shot and say, nigga, go get it, could protect your people. But one of these people who, they got something to do with the shit. They know something. I don't want nobody telling me something another motherfucker said. I want somebody to tell me something they know. And that's all I be saying. And what do you know? How could you know something that's what people would say to me. You will have to have listened to somebody to get the information you got. No. I don't know shit. And plus, I already told you, I don't do vaccinations already. Like, I don't be knowing what the fuck is in that liquid, like that liquid. I always just felt like niggas could tell me anything. I don't never spewed the shit out. I never sat out in the fucking podium and spewed this shit out and told people don't go get vaccinated or this is what this is for. No, I just make my own personal decisions and live with the consequences. That's what life is about. You only get one life and you get your life. So I don't know, man. It's just weird because they say that it's supposed to reduce the effects, but then they always like to go back to shit like polio and malaria and the Spanish flu. And they say, well, those people got vaccinated. It's the reason that that stuff got eradicated is because those people got vaccinated. And I'm like, well, y'all not saying that the shit gonna eradicate the motherfucking COVID. Y'all just saying that if I can still get the shit, I can still pass the shit, but I just won't be as sick. So you saying you're gonna have a whole bunch of little, like what they call it, little head colds around this motherfucker opposed to the flu. And I just feel like that shit weird as hell. That shit just don't sound right. Cause like I say, the Spanish flu got that shit gone. Motherfucking the polio, niggas ain't walking around this bitch with no goddamn polio. Niggas ain't got no fevers from malaria and shit around this bitch because those vaccinations supposedly wipe that shit out. So when you get talking COVID vaccine, I feel like those three things shouldn't even be in the conversation. Because those like they don't weigh the same on the scale, you know? So I don't know, man. Like I say, then the CDC at first, when people were first getting the vaccination, it wasn't, the FDA hadn't even approved the vaccination. Now they approved it, say, hey, it's cool to take, but they still have a lot of questions about it. So like I say, it's cool. I feel like it's just too much, man, for me sometimes. Like you got the NFL, you got the advertisement, then you got a lot of misunderstandings from people who just don't know shit. They work for somebody who made them get the shit, and who write them niggas scripts and give them niggas topics to talk about, and the vaccination or a player being unvaccinated or a vaccination rule is always in the topic. So they talk about that shit like they actually know some shit, but they're being told to talk about that shit just like you get an NBA analyst to talk about football and he sounds stupid as shit. That shit happens all the time. And I'm not saying it is or it ain't. I'm just saying we don't know for real.
And that is true.
Because I can tell you, somebody's personally that I know of 100% fact, fully vaccinated, sick as a dog right now. Right now at this moment, sick as a dog, fully vaccinated. So I don't even know what to tell you. Like, does it really reduce the symptoms? It might. She might, I guess that if since she's sick as a dog right now, that if she wouldn't have got the vaccination, I guess she would have just been dead already or something. I don't know. Because I've had COVID too. And I ain't feel shit. And this was no vaccination. This was before the vaccination was even out there. So she fully vaccinated. A month later, she sick as a dog, got COVID and everything. So I don't know. Like I say, they say there's a breakthrough cases, like some people, that's supposed to be small percentages. But damn. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Jamo's Journal. I had a little something occur, but it's no biggie. We back, but what I was speaking about is the vaccination. And I was just speaking on how people that are getting paid, I guess paid to talk about it, I feel like they're already paid to talk. These people that just pay them to talk, they just like, hey, we're just gonna throw this in the conversation. So there's people who are getting paid, quote unquote, to talk about the vaccination. I don't feel like they know enough to just really speak as much as they do about it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have an opinion on it. That's what I'm doing. But I'm not going to sit here and act like, no, don't go get the vaccination, dude, because this, or, hey, you should go get the vaccination because of that. I don't know enough. I can just tell you this decision I can make for me because I got to make my decision. Now, there are things that I let people help me with, but when it comes to something being injected in my body, it can have an effect on my health or anything else, that's my decision to make. Because if that should affect me negatively, I can't call the FDA and be like, look, bro, that shit didn't work. And they gonna be like, man, look, we got some, that shit gonna be me in the hospital dealing with what I gotta deal with. So I have to make, and that's not just with the COVID vaccine, that's with anything I eat, ingest, drink, whatever. So inject, whatever, like, I just have to be adamant in making sure I make that decision. It's not based on no guilty shit. The people in the out here trying to make you feel like you're such a horrible human being because you're not protecting those around you. Little stupid bitch. If you walking around this bitch with no mask talking shit, you still not protecting these people around you. Cause like I say, she got it too. She fully vaccinated. Unless you got some type of different vaccination other than Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, or Pfizer, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So like I say, she could spread that shit too. She protecting herself a bit, I guess. She the one sick as a dog. Not me. I was with her. I'm not vaccinated. I'm talking. Do I sound like I'm sick? If I call her right now, she not gonna pick up the phone. She gonna text me and say, I can't talk right now. I don't feel good. Can you text me? And I'm not trying to be that nigga, but sometimes you gotta be that nigga. You gotta point that shit out. Cause motherfuckers talking, but they ain't got no real substance. Niggas give you numbers all day on ESPN. Niggas give you numbers all day on CNN, Fox. Nigga, the numbers was crazy before the vaccination came out. This ain't even COVID-19A. This is the Delta variant, nigga. Did they say the motherfucking COVID vaccine, when they was putting that shit out there, did they even mention the Delta variant? No. So how the fuck would they already have you vaccinated for all this shit? They didn't even know what the fuck COVID was doing. Even when the vaccination was made, that shit was rushed out. Look up the history of how long it takes to get a vaccination out opposed to how long this vaccination came out. It's almost impossible to say they did their job. So I don't give a fuck, man. That's just me talking for me. And I gotta say that shit because like I say, every time I look around, every time I listen, some motherfuckers talking. But they not really saying shit. I'm a listener. I love to watch shit and listen to shit all day, me personally, because I love to absorb information. But if you ain't giving me shit to absorb, I'ma feel it, nigga. You don't think a sponge feel dry, motherfucker, if that bitch ain't taking the water? That's how my brain be feeling sometimes listening to these dumbass niggas talk. Dry brain, nigga, because I can't absorb no information. But it's cool. And I'm not here to be the informant when it comes to COVID. I'm just here to tell you motherfuckers how I feel. So if you want to make, or you have so-called ever decide to want to talk to me about my non-vaccination status, you would already know how I feel. Or if you don't know how I feel, I could always give you something to go back and listen to. Just let you know I don't give a fuck how you feel because it's my body, motherfucker. When I'm sick and I'm in the hospital and I'm going through shit, that shit's not, there's no empathy in that shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck. You ain't feeling that pain, nigga. You sad for me. You wish I wasn't feeling it, but you don't feel that pain, bitch. You ain't throwing up and shit all goddamn day. And that's how I feel about anybody. If you want to get vaccinated to protect yourself, God bless you. You make a decision for yourself to not get vaccinated, God bless you, man. And that's all I ask for is God bless us either way, nigga. Fucking wish bullshit on me. Don't try to add, if you're gonna have numbers, have substance behind numbers. Because if numbers don't lie, just tell me the truth. Don't just tell me the hospital beds are full. How many of these niggas are vaccinated for real? This in the hospital. You not saying that shit though. Nobody's saying that shit. They just keep trying to say the hospital beds are filling back up now. Bruh. Most people that get COVID, guess what they gotta stay at? Home, nigga. Only people in the hospitals, those niggas that sick as a dog. And even then, when you sick as a dog, they make you stay home until you about to die. Unless you already in the hospital. I was in a hospital I had COVID. But you know why? Because I had something else going on, nigga. COVID wasn't even like nothing. I wasn't even thinking about COVID in a hospital. Only thing I was thinking about COVID is why the fuck they keep coming here testing me for this shit. I hate that shit in my nose. That's it. And I was one of the lucky ones, God bless, because I do know someone who passed from COVID. I was one of the lucky ones. I can admit that. Like, I didn't feel this shit. But I felt like it didn't have, I know it didn't have shit to do with a vaccine. It was the making the nigga body, nigga. And I had some shit that was already fucking my immune system up. And I was fucking COVID up. So come on now. God bless America, man. God bless everywhere else, man. But this COVID shit this shit gotta get the fuck. And I honestly don't believe it's gonna get the fuck. And they just said it. It's not gonna get the fuck by the vaccine. It's just gonna help the people that get sick not get as sick. Not help them not pass it. Just gonna have a lot of little head colds around this motherfucker. That's it. And I feel like you got to do better than that. If I give you 2-3 years to come up with a real vaccination, I bet you do something better than that. And I'm not gonna wait that long, but I'm just saying I don't know if I'm gonna wait or not. Like I'm that nigga. I live my life how I live it, nigga. I've been on a penitentiary. I've been like, you gotta take chances, nigga. Like I ain't gonna say this a chance I'm taking, but I roll out how I roll, nigga. Like, and I live my life how I live it. Cause when I RIP, I'm the one RIP. I ain't gonna take the village down with me, nigga. So that was nice little conversation right there, man. I hope you get some understanding out of what I was talking about. You know, that was an episode of Jamo's Journal. We talked about some of that verses with Jadakiss. Well, I say Jadakiss, what it felt like, right? With the Lox versus Dipset.
Hey.
We had a lesson for the baby. We got into some of that Wack 100 bullshit antics. You know, we had a little in-between talk on everything.
Yes,
but then we finished it off with that vaccination talk. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that came through, I appreciate that. You know, keep coming. We're going to have more coming through. You can reach me at Jamo713. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this on Leadership Radio. You can find it on any platform. You know, just go to google.com, type in Steer, STEER, THE, ship, SHIP, podcast, PODCAST. Click on that shit. Look up there. You're going to have them boys up there. It's going to be talking about them two fellas. You know what I'm saying? They just be talking about that shit we'll be talking about. Click on that shit. It's going to give you the rundown. Spotify, if you want to listen to that. iHeart, I believe it's on there. I know for sure. We got a YouTube page. My boy, you know, we going to, hit us on Instagram, hit us on Facebook. You can just holler at us, man. And peace, I guess. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, Johnny.
All right. Peace out, y'all.